Yo, what is up, everybody? It's your boy BB. And let me tell you something, New Orleans is wild. This city is like stepping into another dimension, one filled with jazz, incredible food, and a whole lot of energy. We're talking about a place with a history as rich and flavorful as its gumbo. So, if you're planning a trip to NOLA, or even just daydreaming about beignets and brass bands, you got to check out this video. I'm hooking you up with the top 10 things you absolutely cannot miss. Trust me, from the moment you step off the plane, you'll be captivated. Before we jump in, make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the adventures. Let's do this.
All right, you can't talk about New Orleans without starting in the French Quarter. This is ground zero for that iconic NOLA vibe. We're talking cobblestone streets, balconies overflowing with flowers, and buildings painted in every color imaginable. Seriously. It's like stepping into a movie set. Everywhere you turn, there's history, music pouring out of bars, and the smell of something incredible cooking. You can spend days just getting lost in the maze of streets, popping into antique shops, art galleries, and voodoo stores. Yeah, you heard me right, voodoo. This place is full of surprises. Don't forget to grab a drink in one of the courtyards and just soak it all in. Trust me, the energy here is contagious. It's like the city's heartbeat is pumping right through the French Quarter. And listen, if you're lucky enough to be here at night, it's a whole other level of awesome. Just be ready for a party atmosphere, because this place comes alive after the sun goes down.
Okay, Bourbon Street. This is the street everyone's heard of, and for good reason. It's a non-stop party, a sensory overload in the best way possible. We're talking flashing lights, live music spilling out onto the street, and people from all walks of life just letting loose. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it can get a little wild, especially at night. But hey, that's part of the experience, right? Just grab a hurricane cocktail, find a balcony to hang out on, and watch the madness unfold below. You'll see street performers, musicians, and maybe even a few things you've never seen before. It's definitely an experience you won't forget. But Bourbon Street isn't just about the nightlife. There are some cool historic buildings here too, and you can find some killer food if you know where to look. Just keep your wits about you and be prepared for anything. This is Bourbon Street, baby. Let the good times roll.
All right, let's take a break from the craziness and head over to Jackson Square. This place is like an oasis of calm in the heart of the French Quarter. You've got St. Louis Cathedral right there in the background, artists selling their work, and musicians filling the air with jazz. It's the perfect place to just chill out, people watch, and soak up the atmosphere. Grab a beignet from Café du Monde, find a bench, and just enjoy the moment. And hey, if you're feeling adventurous, hop on one of those horse-drawn carriages and take a ride around the quarter. It's a super touristy thing to do, but sometimes you gotta embrace the tourist life, you know? Plus, you'll get some killer photos of the cathedral and the surrounding buildings. Jackson Square is definitely one of those places that just feels magical, especially at night when everything is lit up.
Okay, you can't come to Jackson Square and not check out St. Louis Cathedral. This place is iconic. I'm talking about the oldest cathedral in North America, right here in the heart of New Orleans. The architecture is stunning, those white spires reaching for the sky, and the interior is just as impressive. Take some time to walk around, admire the stained glass windows, and just feel the history of this place. It's pretty humbling to think about all the people who have walked through those doors over the centuries. Weddings, funerals, baptisms, you name it. This cathedral has seen it all. And if you're lucky enough to be here during a service, the music is incredible. Those gospel choirs will give you chills. Trust me, even if you're not religious, St. Louis Cathedral is worth a visit. It's a beautiful reminder of the city's rich history and cultural heritage.
All right, let's hop on the St. Charles Avenue streetcar and head uptown to the Garden District. This neighborhood is like stepping back in time. We're talking about massive antebellum mansions, lush gardens, and streets shaded by oak trees draped in Spanish moss. It's the kind of place where you can imagine ladies in hoop skirts sipping mint juleps on their verandas. Seriously, it's like something out of Gone with the Wind. Take some time to wander around, admire the architecture, and peek into the antique shops and art galleries. You'll find some truly unique treasures here. And if you're a history buff, you can even take a guided tour to learn about the fascinating stories behind these grand old homes. Trust me, the Garden District is a welcome escape from the hustle and bustle of the French Quarter. It's a chance to slow down, appreciate the beauty of your surroundings, and imagine what life was like in New Orleans before the Civil War.
All right, looking for something fun to do with the family? Look no further than the Audubon Zoo. This place is awesome. We're talking about over 2,000 animals from all over the world set in a beautiful park-like setting. You've got lions, tigers, bears, oh my. And don't forget the elephants, giraffes and monkeys. Seriously, they've got it all. The zoo does a great job of creating natural habitats for the animals, so it's not just your typical concrete jungle. And they've got all sorts of cool exhibits, like the Louisiana Swamp, where you can see alligators, turtles and all kinds of creepy crawlies. Plus, they've got a petting zoo, a reptile encounter, and even a sea lion show. So whether you're travelling with kids or just a kid at heart, the Audubon Zoo is a must visit. Just be prepared to spend the whole day here, because there's so much to see and do.
Alright, history buffs, this one's for you. The National Wadoutou Museum is one of the best museums I've ever been to. And trust me, I've been to a lot of museums. This place tells the story of World War II like no other museum I've seen. You'll see actual tanks, planes and weapons from the war, hear first-hand accounts from veterans, and walk through immersive exhibits that transport you back in time. It's a powerful and moving experience that will stay with you long after you leave. One of the coolest parts is the train experience. You actually get to board a restored train car and experience what it was like for soldiers traveling to boot camp. And the 4D film experience is incredible. You'll feel like you're right there in the middle of the action. Trust me, even if you're not a huge history buff, the National Wadoutou Museum is worth checking out. It's a reminder of the sacrifices made by those who fought for our freedom and a testament to the human spirit.
All right, we can't talk about New Orleans without mentioning Mardi Gras, right? And what better place to experience the magic of Mardi Gras than at Mardi Gras World? This place is like stepping into a giant warehouse of fun. You'll see how they build those incredible floats. Learn about the history of Mardi Gras and even get to try on some costumes. It's like a behind-the-scenes look at one of the biggest parties in the world. You'll see floats from past parades, learn about the different crews, and even get to meet some of the artists who create these masterpieces. And of course, no trip to Mardi Gras World would be complete without catching some beads. They even have a float where you can practice your bead catching skills. Trust me, whether you're here during Mardi Gras season or not, Mardi Gras World is a must visit. It's a celebration of New Orleans' unique culture and a reminder that life is too short to be anything but fabulous.
All right, ready for some live music? Then you got to head over to Frenchmen Street. This is where the locals go for their music fix. And trust me, they know what's up. We're talking about block after block of music venues, each one with its own unique vibe. You'll find everything from jazz and blues to funk and soul. And the best part is, most of the venues have no cover charge, so you can hop from place to place until you find something you like. Grab a drink, find a spot on the street, and just let the music wash over you. You'll see some incredible musicians here, both local legends and up-and-coming artists. And the energy is electric. It's like the whole city comes alive on Frenchmen Street. Trust me, if you want to experience the true spirit of New Orleans music, this is the place to be.
All right, need a break from all the excitement? Then head over to City Park. This place is huge. We're talking about one of the largest urban parks in the country, with something for everyone. You've got lagoons, gardens, an art museum, a sculpture garden, a golf course, and even an amusement park. You could easily spend a whole day here and still not see everything. Rent a bike and explore the miles of trails, take a paddle boat out on the lagoon, or just find a shady spot under a tree and relax. It's the perfect place to escape the city noise and just enjoy some peace and quiet. And if you're traveling with kids, they'll love the Carousel Gardens amusement park and the Storyland playground. Trust me, City Park is a hidden gem in New Orleans. It's a reminder that even in a bustling city, there's always a place to connect with nature and find some tranquility.
So, there you have it, folks. My top 10 picks for things to do in New Orleans. This city is a whirlwind of energy, history and culture, and I can't recommend it enough. From the moment you step off the plane, you're hit with the sounds of jazz. the smell of Cajun spices, and the feeling that you've entered a world unlike any other. New Orleans gets under your skin, man. It's a city that begs to be explored, tasted, and experienced with all your senses. So book that trip, pack your bags, and get ready to fall in love with the Big Easy. Trust me, you won't regret it. Peace out.